Okay, here we go. So, the Orlando preview has now passed us right by, as it's going to be the next preview is going to be ECW exclusive, and it's going to be ECW's barely legal pay-per-view. But now, of course, we finished Raw's pay-per-view over the limit, which was yesterday, and I know that took me like 4 hours to upload all parts. Like I said in like part 3 during the Raw tag team match between the Brood versus the Hardy Boys. I did say of how I kept getting interrupted and of how my phone kept losing space for some reason and stuff like that. Even though I had like 9 gigabytes left. Anyway, so yeah, I kept getting interrupted for like, and it was mostly for the period of me trying to upload part 2 and part 3. Part 1 and part 4, they weren't no problems towards me, but part 2 and 3, they did specifically take a long time to upload also, along with taking some problems during the way in which I had to keep add in recording sessions until I got everything right. Well, at least in my opinion. So, but anyway, we were finally able to finish it. So hallelujah, that was fun. It was took a while to do, but hey, at least we did. So now see the pay-per-view poster that we had for the whole pay-per-view talk thing. So we're just gonna keep it here. And so let's go over the match card. Not gonna say the storylines how they came to be because I said that in the pay-per-view talk I did yesterday. But we're just gonna talk about how the matches went, if I could remember off my head, because I have not like rechecked any of the other ones. I have not rechecked any of the other matches yet. I am gonna bother to recheck it, but for now I'm just gonna see if I could remember how each match went. I already know the winners and the results. I could remember that off the top of my head, but I'm just gonna try to remember what specific moves happened, I guess. But anyway, here we go. So the first matchup, of course, we had AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura take on Undertaker and Kane. And so now for this one, it was a war match, and it was, of course, war matches, they are elimination wise. And so if you guys don't want to be spoiled, then I recommend you guys watch all 4 of the parts, because I am going to spoil the winners for all of these. So yeah, might as well watch the pay-per-view talk, or you could also watch the 4 parts of the pay-per-view if you don't want to watch pay-per-view talk and something like that. Anyway, so spoiler time. So for this one, Shinsuke Nakamura, he was eliminated first by a Tombstone Power Drive from Kane. It was a quick matchup. It was surprisingly a quick matchup. That's how CPU did it. And then after that, we had Undertaker jump off the ring post, and he landed a double X handle to the back of the head of AJ Styles, as AJ Styles and Kane, they were fighting on the outside. And so Taker, he went from inside the ring, jumped off from the turnbuckle, and landed the X handle to the back of the head of AJ Styles, which made and then Taker, he did the pin on Styles, I believe, in which AJ Styles was eliminated. And so the whole Bar of Destruction team, they survived. Undertaker and Kane, they defeated AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now my plan for this one is to increase the storyline to at least for them to have a rematch, because now I know that I did add in this matchup because I didn't want to have 6 matches. For the pay-per-view, I actually wanted to have like 7. I didn't really want to have 6 because I already have like 5 matches on the regular Raw and SmackDown shows. Then of course 4 on ECW, but I was like, nah, let's add an extra 2 matches. And so which is why I created the whole storyline to make a matchup between AJ Styles versus Kane in the week 4 of Raw, make Undertaker attack Styles, and then make Nakamura help out. Styles by attacking Taker. So that's how that storyline came to be and stuff. Anyway, going into the second matchup, we now move into the X Division title tournament, the 8-man title tournament. And the first matchup we have is Christian versus Sakurai. Christian, of course, he was representing the Brood. And for this one, the CPU had Sakurai beat Christian. And so now, I guess I could make this into a storyline in which where Christian, he is the weak link of the Brood, of Edge, Gangrel, and himself, Christian. You know how I said during pay-per-view of how to Gangrel there's no weak links. There's the minor links, which is Edge and Christian. Then there's the major link of the group, which is Gangrel himself, since he's the leader of the Brood. And so basically, Christian losing, I guess, adds in a little bit more depth into that storyline of him being the weak link of the Brood, because he did lose against Tyler Breeze in the whole Gangrel and Christian tag team match against Breezango on the week 4 edition of Raw. So yeah, we're gonna see how Christian goes for the next episode of Raw, which will probably be either later on in the day or tomorrow, since I want to act all consistent with this. Anyway, going into the third matchup, we had it for the Intercontinental Championship. This was when part 2 started, and we had Apollo Crews defending the Intercontinental title against The Miz in a qualification match. For this one, it was an okay matchup. My initial plan was to keep recording. If The Miz kept winning against Apollo Crews, my initial plan was to just only upload the match in which where Apollo Crews defeated The Miz, and so the first time was the charm, and so Apollo Crews did defeat The Miz. So my plan did go out as planned, because I actually wanted Apollo Crews to hold the Intercontinental title a little bit longer, and so that's what happened. I'm not sure where we're gonna bring the Intercontinental storyline up to now, because I don't have any more ideas for what to do with Apollo Crews defending the Intercontinental. I'll probably do another contenders match, but The Miz, he does have his rematch clause, so we'll see on how that goes in the further weeks. Anyway, then of course we had the segment for Brock Lesnar coming over to Raw. Once again, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna announce when he's gonna come over to Raw. It's not gonna be all that soon. He is gonna come, but he's just not gonna come as initially quick as some of you might like. Sorry about this, just show this because I wanted to add anticipation to a certain event. Not gonna spoil it though. And so, match number 4, continuing the X Division title tournament. This was the final matchup for the night for the X Division title tournament. As this was match 2, we had Manic taking on Tyson Kidd. Now, I actually like the way this match planned out. The CPU planned this out with making Tyson Kidd hit Manic with a nightstick, I believe, making Manic win the matchup. Now, this could make either Tyson Kidd turn heel, I guess. I guess the machine wanted Tyson Kidd to make him turn heel. Necessarily, the CPU for Booker Revolution is an idiot, but still, sometimes they could pull off some good matches, like the main event of the night. But, so, Manic advances. He'll face off against Zack Ryder in the semifinals of the tournament. Tyson Kidd and Christian, they are out, but let's see where Tyson Kidd go from the upcoming weeks. I think I have a plan for him, and it's going to probably start at week 5. No, week 5 is the next week, so either week 6, 7, or 8 of Raw, I'll have a plan for Tyson Kidd. I don't currently have one, but I will have one by that time, since I already planned all my storylines way before. And some of them might have setbacks. For example, Kevin Owens getting injured, that was a setback, and so yeah. Anyway, match number 5, the Raw Tag Team titles are on the line as Hardy Boys defend the Raw Tag titles against Edge and Gangrel, representing the Brood, because Christian was in the X Division title tournament. And it was a tag team simultaneous matchup, so it was like a war match with no disqualification. That's the only thing. The first member of a team get eliminated means the other team wins. For this one, in which I actually like the storyline, was way planned out. The Hardy Boys, they lost the Raw Tag Team Championships to the Brood because Edge and Gangrel, they did a double team suplex to Matt Hardy on the outside. Jeff Hardy, he was turned around, and so he decided to walk inside the ring to try to get a weapon or something. I can't remember if there was a weapon in the ring, but he walked into the ring since CPU is an idiot. And during when he was doing that, his back was turned, and he didn't see Edge and Gangrel do the double team suplex to Matt Hardy. And then by the time he saw them doing the pin, by the time he saw, I believe, Edge doing the pin to Matt Hardy, he ran to the outside, and then he couldn't get there in time, and then the Brood picked up a victory by pinning Matt Hardy. And so I kind of like the way that planned out. But I wish it was through furniture, at least probably on top of a weapon. That would have been cooler. Or something like that, but hey, I liked that ending that CPU created, and so the Brood, Edge and Gangrel are your new Raw Tag Team Champions, but of course Christian, he doesn't have gold around his waist, well, mostly because he needed to advance into the semifinals of the X Division title tournament, and so the Brood, they want him to do that, but yeah, so either way, let's see what Christian could do for the Brood, see if he can redeem himself, and so now, the 6th matchup, the 6 of 7 matches. This was the last man standing match. This was Goldberg's open challenge in the last man standing match, and the one who answered it was Batista. My initial plan was, of course, Batista. So I made Batista answer the open chance since Batista did win the 10-man Battle Royal Momentum match. And so for the pay-per-view talk, when I said we don't know who it could be, I did say it could either be Batista, who won the 10-man Battle Royal Momentum match. It could be any other random Raw superstar. And it could be any other Raw superstar that was in the 10-man Battle Royal Momentum match. Now, of course, the one that stands out to you is Batista because he did win that Battle Royal. And I did say that it wasn't going to be Brock Lesnar because I have plans for Lesnar. But not at this time, but I have plans for Lesnar in the future once I actually do make him debut into Raw. So, of course, you guys must have knew that it was going to be Batista. And so, Batista, he actually won the last man standing matchup against Goldberg, so that was actually kind of surprising. And so, Batista, he proves that he's probably a more dominant opponent than Goldberg. So, see on how that goes on. I kind of got a plan for Goldberg and Batista to go into a rivalry, I guess. Anyway, and then your main event, the WWE Championship. No disqualification match. We had CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Now, of course, if you guys want to know how this storyline came to be, you guys could just check my pay-per-view talk that I did before the Orlando pay-per-view, because I'm not going to explain it here, because I explained it way too many times, especially during the pay-per-view as well, and before the pay-per-view for like week 3 and week 4 edition of Raw. Well, mostly for the week 4 edition of Raw. And so, for this one, I actually really like, this is probably my favorite match of the night, ironically enough, since it was the main event. And, of course, for this one, I'm just going to explain the ending, because I feel like it was the best ending of the night as well. The second best ending was definitely the way the Raw Tag Title match ended, definitely. But the best ending of the night was the way of how Roman Reigns was on the ring apron. CM Punk, he was trying to get back up to his feet in the ring. So Reigns was basically next to Punk, and then CM Punk, he kicked, while CM Punk was still crawling, he kicked Roman Reigns off of the ring apron, and so the way Reigns landed was like on his head. But it's like he was like falling down from his, like in a moonsault position, and then CPU just randomly did something I've never seen before, and that's make it like look like he was falling in a moonsault position to like then a swanton position. So it's like he was going backwards in a moonsault position and then going forward into a swanton bomb position, or vice versa. I can't remember. And so the way he landed was on his head, and then after that, the CPU made CM Punk come out to the ring, because that's where Roman landed, and so Punk did the Anaconda device to Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns tapped out to CM Punk's Anaconda device. And so I really like the way that ended. I feel like that could actually be a real-life ending for a matchup if that ever happened, if CM Punk was still in WWE. But yeah, so I actually did like that ending, and so of course Punk retains the WWE Championship. Now I have a plan for a specific person to challenge for the WWE title after Roman Reigns. And so you guys will see that on the Week 5 edition of Raw either later on today or tomorrow or on Tuesday, because I feel like I deserve a break from the Orlando pay-per-view. Yeah, so anyway, that was it. That was like my whole critique on how the pay-per-view went. And so, yeah. Next episode of Universe Mode gonna be the Week 5 edition of Raw. And then after every episode of Week 5, Week 5 of Raw, SmackDown East Story, then we have the ECW exclusive Bare Legal pay-per-view. Then after every Week 6 edition of the brand, of all 3 brands, we have the SmackDown exclusive No Surrender pay-per-view. So now I already got everything basically planned out up until No Surrender, at least for SmackDown now, and I got everything planned out for ECW until Bare Legal. Seemed like I had everything planned out for Raw up until the Orlando preview, but now I got more things planned out now that we've gone by it. So, yep, that was it. Thank you guys for watching, and don't miss the Week 5 edition of Raw. Bye.